Hi everybody, Chris here. I'd like to welcome y'all to my show and my building. There's been a lot of questions on the internet asking what makes this show work, what makes it run, and not just the old shows, but especially now with the new shows being programmed today. I've even seen where there's been lots of rumors go around with their own opinions on what makes the show run. Well, today I'm here to end that rumor for you. I'm going to take you on a little small tour of my building and show you what makes them run, what makes them tick, and how they get programmed. So come on, let's go out to the back of the building to start out with, and I'll show you the air compressors, because yes, they run on air. Follow me to the back. If you can see here, come on around here. You can see here, we got two red tanks. Both of the red tanks have engines on them. Those motors are the ones that run to air up the show, keep the show's air going. They fill up these two red tanks, but these two tanks also fill up the other three storage tanks here. So I have a total of 5 storage tanks of air. That leads to this 1-inch pipe here. This 1-inch regulator and 1-inch pipe that goes back inside the building. So come on back inside and I'll show you what happens from there. Now I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to take you to the back. So you won't see me now, you just hear me. I'm going to take you to the back and show you how it works. The air line comes in to this big manifold that's got all these air lines on it. The air line comes in from the back of the building into this manifold with all the air lines going to each individual character. And there's a bunch of computer wires, as well as really just a whole bunch of wires back here. There's a bunch of computer wires that goes to this computer box here, which is not plugged in at this very moment. They plug into the back of this computer box here. It's called the gray box. Remember that. You're going to hear that name again. Inside the gray box is 2 drawers that look exactly alike. They got all these computer cards in here that runs the show. Bottom drawer looks the same as the top. Got all the computer cards in here. And then you got this panel back here. It's called the RF panel. All this panel does is run the lights. All the different colored lights on the top and the bottom, all the different stages. Got a bunch of wires back here. Now if you come back here, I'm going to show you what the gray box, the gray computer box that runs the show, what it tells the characters to do and how does it tell them what to do. Now what we're going to do right now is we're going to lift the trap door up for Mitzi Mozzarella here. We're going to lift up her trap door. We're going to give you a little sneak peek at what makes her tick. One. Now, Sandy, if you could show the arm lifting up and down. Alright, now let me show them how I do that. Come in here and let's see the MAC valve. This is called a MAC valve. It's a bunch of valve banks. You can see these black wires here. That's the where the computer cable goes to the gray box. The computer cable goes to each one of these movements and tells each one turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. Right? Now, if you can see on the other side of this valve bank, can you see that?
Yes.
There's a little clearish tube coming out. There's 2 of them actually coming out of each bank. That's the air. The air comes in so that it can move. The electricity from the computer cable tells it to move, and the air makes it possible because there's air cylinders all inside of the character. Now just let me put the trap door back. So, you see how that works? Air compressors outside build up the air and come inside and break down into little bitty tiny lines and break down into these MAC valves here, and then you have computer wires that come from a gray box computer that tells each one of them blocks which one to put air into the cylinders inside the characters. And it's just a pneumatic air cylinder that lifts up and lets in and out. That's all it does. Now, what tells the gray box what to do? That's the simple part. We come over here to my computer. Up underneath this table here is a simple everyday home computer. What makes this one separate from any other computer, though, it has a built-in program that you can't just buy in the store, but it is a program that was built to run the animatronic show, namely this show. Alright, so what I do is I set up a list. I can do up to 8 movements at a time. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can do up to 8 movements at a time. And for this, we're going to ask for Billy Bob's help to come out. But if you look at my keyboard here, I've already got it pre-programmed in the computer that when I push the L button, nothing happens. When I push the L button, the computer tells the gray box to open the curtains because I programmed it to do that. Alright, now also I have already pre-programmed to the J button on the keyboard here his mouth. There's Billy Bob's mouth. Now, the way recording works, the audio and everything is inside of this regular home computer. And you just follow and listening to the music, and you push the button. And for example, I'll say, "Hi, I'm Billy Bob." Alright, let's try that again. Let's look. "Hi, I'm Billy Bob." Right? Now, if you point it back here on the keyboard, you'll see me hitting the button. "Hi, I'm Billy Bob." Now, if you notice, I skipped a syllable on Billy. I didn't do Lee of Billy because it would look like his mouth is chattering. Put it back on Billy Bob and let's do every syllable. "Hi, I'm Billy Bob." See, it looks like his mouth is chattering. It's just a bunch of movements. But put it back on Billy Bob's mouth and we're going to skip the syllable of "Hi, I'm Billy Bob." Looks better. Looks more natural. Looks like his mouth is really saying that, even though that was a poor interpretation of me doing Billy Bob. But you get the idea anyway. And this is how it's very tedious, very time consuming. You really got to be faithful to the song you're doing and to the project in general, because each movement is done separate. There's no magic button that you push that automatically the characters jiggle around to the music. That's not the way it works. You can play the song all day and they'll never move. You have to be the one to record it, each and every movement. See, Billy Bob's arm on its own doesn't look like much. See? Not much to that, huh? But you can take and push them all together and Billy Bob can say goodbye because this time here is done. Now, after you get to recording so many movements at a time, you start to see your show coming to life. Such as this example with the Rock-afire explosion. Just give you a little sneak peek of the show I'm working with. That's just giving you a little idea of how the show starts coming to life. You do that 1, 2, or 3 movements at a time if you're lucky. It's very time consuming, takes a lot of dedication, to entertain you, the public, and myself. So anyway, with no further ado, now you know how it works. Next stop, YouTube.